Well, hey everyone, happy Wednesday. Welcome to Wednesday Lunch Live. We are still at the lake and enjoying every minute and second of it. I'm Melissa with Lending with Melissa, powered by Edge Home Finance. For those who don't know me, and whether you're joining me live or catching the replay later, I am so glad you are here today. If you're watching live, let me know in the comments. If you're catching the replay, just type replay in the comments so I know you stopped by. Today, I want to talk about something I hear every day. Melissa, I want to buy a home, but I'm overwhelmed. And honestly, I understand. Everywhere you look, there's another headline, right? Interest rates, home prices, videos on TikTok, advice from family members, advice from friends. Before long, you don't know who to believe anymore. And that's understandable. If that's you, I want today's conversation to feel like someone hit the pause button. Let's cut through all the noise together. If you're just joining me, I'm talking about feeling overwhelmed about buying a home today. I believe buying a home shouldn't feel confusing. It shouldn't leave you lying awake at night wondering if you're making the right decision. Buying a home should bring peace, not panic, right? So today I want to share 3 simple rules that I believe can help you move forward with confidence. The first rule is this: focus on what you can control. I know it's tempting to wait for the perfect market. I hear people say, I'm waiting for rates to drop, or I'm waiting for prices to come down. The truth is, none of us know exactly what the market is going to do. We can't control interest rates, we can't control home prices, but we can control our plan. We can control our budget, we can control our savings, and we can control choosing the monthly payment that fits our lifestyle. You've probably heard the saying, marry the house, date the rate. What does that mean exactly? Well, it means if you find the right home and payment comfortably fits your budget today. Let me say that again. If you find the right home and the payment that comfortably fits your budget today, you always have the opportunity to refinance later if rates improve. But you don't want to miss the right home simply because you're waiting for the perfect market. None of us can predict. If you're joining me, I'm talking about feeling overwhelmed about buying a home. I always tell my clients, I'm not trying to help you buy the biggest house you qualify for. I'm trying to help you buy the right house for your life. The second rule is don't compare your journey to someone else's. This one is hard. Maybe someone you know bought a house 3 or 4 years ago when rates were lower. Maybe someone tells you, you should wait, or I would never buy right now. But here's the thing, they're not living your life, your goals, your income, your family, your timeline, your budget. Buying a home isn't about what your coworker paid in 2021. It's about what makes sense for you. So when you stop comparing, it becomes so much easier to make decisions with confidence. The third rule is probably one of my favorites. Build a team you trust. Buying a home is one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. You should never feel pressured. You should never feel rushed. You should always feel comfortable asking questions. And I love answering questions. My job isn't to convince you to buy a house. My job is to educate you, to help you understand your options, answer your questions, and help you create a plan that fits your goals. Whether that's next month, 6 months from now, next year, I want you to feel confident every step of the way. I've had people call me thinking they weren't ready. Maybe they thought their credit wasn't good enough. Maybe they assumed they needed a perfect 20% down for a down payment. Maybe they thought they made too little money. I've heard that a lot. Once we actually talked, we got on the phone, they realized buying a home was much more possible than they ever imagined. How exciting is that? Sometimes the biggest obstacle isn't your finances, it's simply not having the right information. So, I'd love to hear from you. What's the biggest thing that feels overwhelming about buying a home? Is it the down payment, interest rates, your credit, knowing where to start? Leave it in the comments. I'd love to answer those questions. You know, one of the questions I hear all the time is how much money do I need to buy a home? That and the answer is it depends. That's why every person's plan is different and why it's so important to have conversations instead of relying on something you heard online. If today's conversation helped quiet some of the noise, then I've accomplished exactly what I'd hoped to do. Remember, buying a home should be exciting. It shouldn't feel overwhelming. If you'd like to know what buying a home could realistically look like, I'd love to help. There's no pressure, no obligation, just a conversation about your goals and creating the plan that fits your life. You can use the link in the description to get started or reach out to me directly. I want to thank you so much for spending part of your lunch break with me today. Until next Wednesday, protect your peace, trust the process, and remember home ownership starts with a plan. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time.